what do you feel like made the difference in those last 2 or 3 minutes?
I don't think it was much the difference in the last 2 or 3 minutes. I thought we had some good looks at the basket. We just didn't convert. For us, it was about that 10-minute stretch in the second half where we did good things and we missed layups and we missed free throws. I think if we could convert some of those and take care of business, those last 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to be in a different position. We're going to have a lead, and they're going to have to continue to play from behind. They were able to cut into that and make a good run against us when we were doing some pretty positive things, but we just weren't, we missed 2 front ends on 1-on-1. We get fouled on a 3-point shot. We make 1 of 3. We should have 7 points there, and we have 1. And that's unfortunate, but we have to do a better job converting. And we have to do a better job of just making some plays. I thought we had some good drives. I thought Raphael Davis had a really good drive. He just didn't finish it. Octius made the good drive at the end. Then he didn't make a good decision. He drew 2 or 3 people, very similar to he did about 4 or 5 minutes before when he hit Haas for the dunk. He had to come to a jump stop and make the next play, and he just didn't. And then we had a couple perimeter looks that just didn't go down.
How big during that run, like midway through the second half, Ohio State, John was on the bench with some foul trouble, and there were a few turnovers during that stretch. How big was him being out?
Yeah, it was, John's long, for a point. John's long and he can get up, and you got to stay attached with D'Angelo Russell. And he's always going to get into you to try to get that separation, get that space, whether to shoot or get a step back or drive to the basket. And John does a good job with those guys. So it hurt us, obviously, when he went to the bench.
Matt, the first half, you're up by 12. What was going well, and then maybe what slipped a little bit in the second half?
Well, we had to make them earn, more things, in my opinion. We put them to the free throw line too much. And you look, 35 free throws, and they don't throw the ball inside. Think about that. They don't play it through the post whatsoever. We play through the post a lot, and, they go to the free throw line a lot. So we were just trying to keep them in front and keep them, so they wouldn't get, layups, free throws, dunks. And in the first half, I thought we did a good job of it. In the second half, we didn't.
Speaking of the post, AJ, they really limited him in that first game, kept the ball away from him. This game, he really flourished at times. Were you guys trying to get it back to him there in the late minutes?
Yes,
and how were they?
They did a good job of taking it away, and then we didn't execute. Sam got up on top of our guy, then they denied that pass, and we couldn't get into him. We tried to go high-low with it, and then they didn't come out with our guy. And so they did a really good job of just staying home and making somebody else beat them. So you got to give them credit. And then at the end, when Smotherman got that 3, he had to take that shot right there. But that's what they wanted. They stopped all of our options, and that's what they left open. And it'd been great if that could have gone down. But give them credit; they did a good job.
I think at one point in the second half, Russell and Sam had 19 of their 21 points or something. It was during the period when they came back, and you had done a pretty good job up to that point, keeping Russell under control. I think by making him go right, but he scored on a few of those possessions on the right side of the floor during that time. How did you lose him during that period?
Well, he can go either way. The thing that we try to do with him, and it's no secret, is just get him to one side or the other, just so he doesn't yo-yo you and he has options. And so that's what we've tried to do with a lot of great guys that can break you down and do a lot of different things. Just try to get him to one side and keep him there. We just had to do a better job of staying attached. And when you saw those pull-ups, he made those 3 pull-ups in a row, kind of step backs, you have to be into him. Sometimes he's going to get by you, and that's the big guy's fault for not leveling him off. But when he does those step backs, the big guy's done his job. The guard's got to stay into him, and we just didn't do a good enough job staying into him. And but he's a great player, And when guys are making step back shots that are contested, you gotta shake their hand.
When you guys made the run late in the first half, it was really kind of fueled by the perimeter shooting. That didn't seem to be as much of an option in the second half. Was that just more? Were you guys trying to go into Hammonds? Was it that those shots weren't there?
A little bit of both. They're going to guard him. And then they're going to be there with them. And so, there is another team out there. And so we're just trying to get a quality shot, whether we're driving the basketball or, running somebody off a screen or trying to get a post up. And they're a good defensive team, especially Sam Thompson and Shannon Scott. Those two are very good, and then they have good size, with Amir Williams. So we were just trying to get a quality shot.
Anything else? Thank you.
All right, thanks.
what did you see from him sort of stepping up during that, leading kind of that run that they made?
He hit the shots that he was. He just hit shots. I felt like we did a good job defensively. They just made shots.
In the first half, what were you doing so well to build that 12-point lead?
I felt like we did the same thing pretty much defensively that we did in the second half. First half, we were rebounding the ball really well. It just comes down to, those easy ones. You wish you could have them back, those easy layups that we missed, free throws. Wish you could just have them back.
Were they making it tough for you guys to get the ball to AJ in those last couple minutes?
Oh, yeah, they definitely were. AJ was having a really good game, and they were doing everything in their power to make sure that he didn't get the ball.
The third foul in the second half, your team's playing well. Did that feel like that kind of takes away from your rhythm, having to come out of the game and then get back into it?
Yeah, it's part of the game. You just have to play through it. I have 100% confidence in my teammates that if I go down or if AJ goes down, I'm sure, or Ray goes down, everybody has confidence in each other. So we still have to be able to, come out with a win like that.
The frustration and kind of sour taste, whatever you have right now, do you use that as motivation this week? It's obviously a huge week, final week, or do you try to forget about it, or do you, what's the balance there?
We'll go back, watch film, we'll learn from our mistakes. Who knows, we might play them in the Big Ten tournament, so, we just got to learn from our mistakes and then get ready for Michigan State on Wednesday.
You guys gave up 35 free throw attempts compared to just 13 that you all had. I know you touched on it a little bit, but exactly how big was that for you guys tonight?
Rebounding free throws win games. What was the rebound margin?
I'm not sure off the top of my head. It was
35-32.
Yeah, 35-32. They were up
35.
30.
That's the game right there. Free throws and rebounding, we always preach that. We missed free throws. We didn't get to the free throw line as much, but that's just how the game plays out.
You guys have had a lot of perimeter shots over the last few weeks that seem to kind of go in and out or have a hard time getting your groove. Do you feel like seeing the ball go in the hole that many times from deep is kind of turned the corner, some positive for perimeter shooting going forward? That
always helps. But at the end of the day, you're going to win the game at defensive end. Like I said, I felt like they made some tough shots against us. Our effort was there. Just how it went today.
The drive you had, and I forget, maybe 30 seconds left when Williams blocked a shot. Maybe just trying to create something there, basically. Or
I was trying to get to the basket.
Yeah.
And,
like draw a foul.
Yeah. But, you can't expect to get, you should never expect to get those calls playing away from home. So just got to be stronger. Got to be able to make better plays.
Thanks, John. Is maybe the reason why you guys come out on top tonight?
It was just a couple bad plays. Me fouling, me not getting a rebound, us not hitting our free throws, really. That cost us the game, really.
Those final 4 or 5 minutes, just how tough did they defend you? It seemed like you.
It was tough, but it wasn't that tough that I couldn't get the ball. It was just a couple open looks. My teammates felt like they couldn't get the ball in, but, I just kept playing for the ball, and I got it a couple times, but, it just wasn't enough.
What went so well, in the first half, and then maybe not so much in the second half?
I feel like it was just an energy and just dumb plays by me, just fouling, just reverting back to freshman and sophomore year. Just a couple of fouls, and it just brought the energy down a little bit. So,
did you tweak your ankle? Was that okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. That's not too bad.
They kept the ball away from you so well the first game, and for a big portion of this game, you were getting the ball a lot. What was different tonight?
My teammates just trusted me. I hit a couple good hooks. They just kept trying to feed me. Coach just said, get it back in there. I just had to get good post position and just make sure. And just on top of that, they was getting the foul trouble, so we just had to force it in there.
Do you feel like you guys made good contests on those Russell shots? It seemed like he had 2 or 3 step backs in a row in the second half.
Yeah, it was just we had to just get back into the ball. The step backs and then him coming up that screen. They just had to get back into the ball, and our bigs, me and Isaac just had to get up a little more on that. So it was just we got to work on and move on to the next game.
How tough is it moving on to the next game? You have a tough loss like this, and you got a couple of days.
It's tough because I'm pissed right now. We should have won this. It was just dumb plays by me at the end and just fouling and everything. So I'll take this loss.
where you guys missed some layups, missed some free throws that might have maybe disrupted that momentum that they kind of turned the game with. What did you see kind of during that same period?
Yeah, just like you said, we missed free throws, had a couple turnovers in there. We let them get in transition, and Russell hit a couple in a row and got a little hot streak going there. But that was just our own fault. We got to be better than that.
How many people did you have here from your neck of the woods?
Probably about 40 or 50. So
this team was really in a groove shooting the ball in the first half. I mean, that's obviously been an up and down thing for you guys this year, but what was going well in the first half as far as getting those perimeter shots, and then in the second half it didn't seem like that was as much of an option anymore?
Yeah, we were just moving the ball really well in the first half, and we were hitting some shots. The second half, I think it was a little stagnant at times, but that's going to happen. AJ got hot there a little bit, so we were trying to feed him. But this happens throughout the offense.
How well did they choke off your guys' ability to get the ball to AJ, especially in those last couple minutes?
Yeah, they tightened it up and denied us a little bit higher on the wings, so it was a little tougher to get to AJ. But we still got to be able to seal our guys off and throw it in there to him.
I felt like you guys were able to try to trade blow for blow out of the way. Came up maybe one shot short, but being able to execute on the road, tough environment, does that give you confidence heading into neutral site in Chicago and hopefully neutral site beyond that?
Yeah, a little bit. We still got to do a little better than we did tonight, though, so we can turn these losses into wins at that level. So we got a lot of room to improve in that area, though.
It seemed like the turnovers you guys had tonight were especially critical just because of what they were able to do with them. They seemed to really convert tonight.
Yeah, they're a great team in that aspect. They points. The turnovers lead to points for them. They got fast, athletic guys that get in transition. So every miscue we had, they capitalized on it, and that was probably the game.
What impressed you about Russell?
That's the way he works in that ball screen. He can create space and little fadeaway jumpers. Those are tough to defend.
Just for you personally, I mean, when you're a good shooter or whatever, just how frustrating is it to struggle from the free throw line?
It's that. There's no excuse for it. It's unacceptable.
Excellent.
Okay, thanks.